I'm going to show you two patterns for playing whole tone scales on the guitar. If you're familiar with the concept of whole tone scales, then feel free to fast forward to the part of the video where I show the patterns. But I just want to explain what we mean when we're talking about a whole tone scale. I'm a country blues player and I also play trad Irish, so it was only a couple of years ago when I came across the idea of whole tone scales. It was quite a new thing for me, and it's really kind of opened my mind to things that you can do when you're playing guitar. I'm going to start by playing a scale of C major, and I'm usually just on one string. I'm going to use the second string of the guitar, starting at the C note, which is just behind the first fret. It's the scale we know very well. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Let's look at the gaps between those notes, remembering of course on the guitar that every time you move up a fret you move up a half tone. So every time you move up 2 frets you're moving a whole tone. C to D is a whole tone, D to E is a whole tone, E to F is only a half tone, F to G is a tone, G to A is a tone, A to B is a tone, B to C is a half tone. So what would happen if we went from C to C with a gap of a tone in between each note? It would sound like this. Very different sounding scale. C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, B flat, C. Of course, we don't play scales on one string, because if we want to build solos or guitar riffs or bass riffs, we want to be able to kind of move our fingers freely and quickly, and it's easier to do that moving across strings rather than jumping up and down one string. So I'm going to show you two positions of playing whole tone scales, moving across the strings, and both of these positions only use notes which are fretted. That's very useful for any scale because it means you can start at different points of the fretboard and they'll still work. So I'm going to start with the lowest fretted note we can get. I'm going to play the scale up and down slowly. That's a very easy pattern to memorise because on each string we're either fretting frets 1, 3, 5 or frets 2 and 4. On the 6th string we're going 1, 3, 5. I'll use one finger, you might be able to see more clearly. 1, 3, 5. On the 5th, 2, 4. On the 4th, 1, 3, 5. On the 3rd, 2, 2, 4. On the 2nd, 2, 4. On the 1st, 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5, 2, 4. 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 3, 5. You notice strings 2 and 3, the fingering is the same. Across the rest of the strings it alternates between frets 1, 3, 5 and 2, 4. That's one very easy to remember pattern. Practice it up and down, play it slowly, build up your speed until you are familiar and capable of playing it. Then try improvising melodies using those notes. Let's look at another memorable pattern for whole tone playing. We just started an A note on the 6th string, just behind 5th fret. Here we go, here's the scale. Again, we'll play it slowly up and down. There's the note to finish. This time, apart from the top A, if you want to complete the scale, we're only playing 2 notes on each string, and each note moves up 2 frets. When we move on to the next string, we're going to move a fret down. So we have, I'll try doing it with one finger again so you can see. Again, strings 2 and 3 are identical. On this run, I would use fingers 1 and 3. So there are 2 fairly easy patterns to remember to play whole tone scales on the guitar. And of course you can move them around the neck. They're all fretted notes, so wherever you start, you'll be playing in whole tone. Where you use it and what you do with it, again, is up to you. I've heard some great classical music or orchestral music played using whole tone scales. There's some great jazz guitar solos. There's some great shredded guitar solos. A warning, I've also seen 2 of my friends have the piano lid shut on their fingers by a barman when they were playing whole tone in one of our local pubs. That's another story. How you use it, where you use it is up to you, but it is worth exploring.